Larry Washington on Congas. The show is back. STEM research, song tracks, essential music. We left the science, technology, engineering, and math to the high schoolers. What's good? Mike Love back with another episode on a Monday night. We are in March, and reminds me of that this crazy March weather. Man. All right, we are here. We are back with another set of, not another set. We are back with one multi-track. The days of three stems are long gone, man. I ran through. Oh my God! I thought it would never end, right? With any good thing in life, right? Money, bitches, like you just run through it like this will never end. This will never be over. Money, bitches, and multi-tracks, right? Stems. It's like, this is going to last forever. Let's do 3 a night. Oh, my God. What was I thinking? And in retrospect, I just, should have did 2 or 1 like I'm doing now. 1 is a deep dive. This show, STEM Research, welcome to it. I wrote a brand new blurb for the show. A blurb basically is something that tells you what the show is. STEM Research is a deep dive music history lesson. We dissect the songs, multi-track, master stems, and analyze the DNA of essential music every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. Now, as soon as I can remember that, and I can just say it verbatim without looking at my phone, I'll be able to just say that at the top of the show, and we can keep it moving instead of me sitting here explaining what the show is every single night. And that only comes from my years in radio. One thing that radio teaches you, or at least it taught back in my day, back when radio had teachers, it taught you that you cannot assume that the people that are listening to you in this moment have been listening for longer than just this moment. So, with this show, I can't assume that the people that are watching it have seen it before or even know what's going on. So, with that in mind, every single episode I am constantly reminding what the show is and what it is about. So, that is what we do. We go into a deep dive into the DNA of a song. And today's song we will be breaking down comes from Philadelphia International Records, PIR for short, celebrating their 51st year in existence this year. Or I don't know if they're a full-fledged label anymore. They're probably not, but they were formed 51 years ago. Philadelphia International Records, Gamble and Huff's label. Tonight's song, Life is a Song Worth Singing, from Teddy Pendergrass, which is a remake of a Johnny Mathis song. We'll get into all of that momentarily after we talk about the weekend. It was a busy weekend for your guy. The weather, bipolar as usual. Like I said, crazy March weather. It's like 30 degrees now in Chicago. We were 65, 68 degrees Saturday. And in the immortal words of my man Stringer Bell from The Wire, 60? Niggas is damn near barbecuing. Not in Chicago. There's no damn near when it comes to 60 in Chicago. Oh, the grills are out. You best believe it. We're grilling. And people are so nice. Like that first, once we get used to the summer and the heat, we back to being Chicago and Chicagoans. However, when the weather breaks after a rough winter, and every winter's rough here, people are really nice. You can walk by people out on the porch. It could be a porch full of N-words. They got a good word for you. You got a good word for them. There's no ice grilling or crazy looks, anything. Women are nice. Black women are really nice when the weather breaks because nobody likes nice weather more than a black woman in the Midwest. No one. Black folks are not built for the winter. Black women really, really aren't built for the winter. And when I say built for the winter, I just mean that we're the tropical people. There's another quote from Menace to Society. And black women are, for the most part, I can't put everybody in the category because there's some people out there watching this now. They're like, hey, Mike Love, I'm a black woman. I love the snow. I love winter. I'm lying. I'm making I'm making that up. No sister is saying that. We're here because this is where we're born and raised, or we moved for our jobs, and we're dealing with it. So, over the weekend, shout out to all my Pisces still celebrating Pisces season. I'm semi-retired from DJing. That's what I tell people. And guess what, folks? That doesn't make any sense. Either you're retired or you're not. But like a normal Pisces, I'm on the fence, right? Shit or get off the pot is the old-fashioned way of saying it, but I refuse. I could just say, you know what? I'm retired. People reach out to me. Hey, Gina Lamar said, can you DJ my 55th birthday party? No, I'm semi-retired. Renee Beeman reached out to me. Renee Beeman, who is a part-time stimulator. Shout out to the stimulators on our Twitch feed. Shout out to the STEM fam on our Facebook feed. Renee Beeman turned 47 over the weekend. Happy birthday, young lady. Actually, today is her birthday. Yesterday was her birthday party. And she reached out. She's like, hey, can you DJ my party? No, I'm semi-retired. Oh, I'm the worst, bro. And you know why? Because, the young lady reached out to me about her New Year's Eve party, and I was like, I'm available. I can do that because it's New Year's Eve dollars. That said, Renee Beeman, I couldn't do her party. She's like, all right, well, can I pay you to provide music for the event? And I said, you know what? I'll do you one better. For your birthday, I'll give you some free mixes. She's like, great. I go to your Mixcloud all the time. I listen to your mixes. I want these 4 mixes. I know that you archive your mixes, Mike Love. You're a DJ. The DJ is an archivist. Guess who's not an archivist? The artist. Guess who always has the music? The DJ. Guess who never has the music? The artist. They just don't. It's just not, it's not in them. Okay. So she asked me for these 4 mixes. I looked through the archives. I find them. And she's like, I'm going to play your mixes during the party since you can't DJ. Can you string all the mixes together? This is 6 hours of music. Your party's only 4, but okay. That's what you asked. That's your gift. That's your gift. Great. I take the mixes, string them together. Now you got 6 hours of music, and I email it to her via a Google Drive. Right? Oh, what did I do that to a 47-year-old for? Because guess what? Most 47-year-olds are not technologically savvy. I hate it. Because your man is 56 and I can do all of this stuff. I'm not saying that I'm Elon Musk in this bitch, but I'm saying that all of the, come on, you're watching this show via OBS, all of the STEM research on the screen above my head, my name in the corner over there. I did that. I didn't have any help. Well, I did. YouTube University. She's like, okay, how do I get the music from, how do I get the music on a thumb drive? She really wants me to put it on a thumb drive for her, but I'm just like, no, download it to your computer, drag it to a thumb drive. And if you don't have one, you can go to Office Max. They still sell them. Or you can order one for, well, your party's Sunday, so ordering is probably out of the picture. So go to Office Max if you need to. It's a gigabyte of music. A lot of music. 6 hours. It's a 6-hour mix. She's like, my computer's messed up. Of course it is. Of course it is. I just bought it and it's still effed up and I don't even know where the cord. You already know where this is going, right? They want to come to your house or meet up with you. Why don't you do it for me? Better yet, Just do some mixes, burn them on a CD. Oh, come on, people. It's 2022. It's time that we step into not even the millennium, bro. People still ask me for jump drives. You got any CDs? No! CDs? Come on. Where are you playing a CD still? I understand that, jump drives. I mean, I still listen to music on jump drives in my car sometimes. But you know what works even better? Bluetooth. Guess who has Bluetooth? Everybody. If you got a phone and the music is available on your phone because you can stream it from your phone, you can connect to the Bluetooth to the bar you're going to. Every bar has Bluetooth. All right? In the city of Chicago, if you're in the downtown area and you can play music there, they've got Bluetooth. Because you know who works there? Young people. And you know what young people know? They know how shit works. They know how technology works because they grew up in it. Not like old people who were forced in. Well, can I? No, you can't. No, I'm not. No. Not putting music on a jump drive. You're not meeting me. Figure it out or stream that shit from your phone, bro. Bluetooth. All right? So my rant for the day, old people feel like Facebook is technology. Like, oh, look at me. I figured out Facebook. No, fam. Facebook is not. That's why I can't get old people off Facebook to watch the show on Twitch, because Facebook is like, whew. I'm telling you, bro. I'm just barely getting around this bitch. You want me to do what? So, figure shit out, bro. Everything is on YouTube. Anything that you want to know, How do I download? She said, how do I download to the thumb drive? Technically you could download to the thumb drive by clicking on the file and saving it on the thumb drive. But I digress. Today, S.T.E.M research, as I said, whether the fact that we even have 60-degree days in March is a blessing in itself. To be able to get out and support my people on their birthday during this crazy March weather where one day it's 68, the next day it's 47, the next day it's 39, then it's 56 during the week. It's hell here in the Midwest, but we deal with it, or Chicagoland, because guess what? Downstate, where they're closer to Missouri, it's a lot warmer. So, today we talk Teddy Pendergrass, his life, his music, his influence, and a great song, as I said, that was originally made by Johnny Mathis. Life is a Song Worth Singing, from his 1978 album titled Life is a Song Worth Singing. Why is a Teddy Pendergrass song named after a Johnny Mathis song? That's got to be a Mighty Three thing. The Mighty Three were Tom Bell, Gamble, and Huff. Those guys came together, formed a music company, music publishing company, and they made sure that they ate off of each other's work. So, Gamble and Huff putting out an album that is basically not only titled, but there's a remake of a Tom Bell song, means checks for Tom Bell and checks for Gamble and Huff. And a cool thing about that also is Linda Creed, who is the writer for a lot of the Tom Bell Spinners era, Stylistics era songs, which is when the Johnny Mathis song came out. She gets a check too because she wrote the song. So she was one of the main writers in that era. So the song is written by Linda Creed. Music all produced by Tom Bell, of course. He handed out the sheets in the studio. He's like, you play this, you play this, you play this, and follow the sheet, and don't do anything outside of that. It's a great song. Teddy Pendergrass's version sounds just like the Johnny Mathis version. Now, back in 1978 when my family had this album, because, this was a big album. everybody had it, quote unquote, everybody, meaning you go to a black household, a black family, it was just some albums you had because they were so big. There's so many cuts on this album, so much so that I wanted to do a tale of the tape for this album. Now, we started doing Tale of the Tape last Monday with Your Ways by the Jacksons when I did STEM research on that and broke that song down. It was a great show. That I was like, you know what? This Tale of the Tape is cool. Tale of the cassette tape, basically, or Tale of the Tape. So, Tale of the Tape comes from the concept of fighters, whether you're talking UFC fights or you're talking boxing matches. Before any match, there's a Tale of the Tape. Let me go to this. All right. So, the Tale of the Tape basically is a comparison. So when you have a UFC fight, you have both fighters' age, both fighters' height, their weight, their wins and loss column, what they like for dinner, that type of thing. All of the pertinent information about a fighter is on the Tale of the Tape. Because music at one time was on cassette tape, and actually still is, and cassette tapes technically made a bit of a comeback, I decided that I was going to do when I compare albums, because this show is also part musical debate. We're going to talk about the albums that these songs come from and compare them to other albums in the artist's catalog. So, Teddy Pendergrass, Life is a Song Worth Singing from 1978, certified platinum, versus Teddy Pendergrass's Teddy album in 1979. So let's be clear off the bat. Life is a Song Worth Singing is the album that made Teddy Pendergrass a superstar in the black community with black women. Let me first show you some album covers, because that's another thing I wanted to start doing, is not just talking but being more visual on this show. So there's the album cover. It is Teddy Pendergrass in 1978. Pretty handsome guy. I like that font they used. I'm a big font guy. It's cursive font. I want to use that font in 2022. Rugged. Already he's got the beard going. Worst lining ever in the history of album covers. Worst. When I came up in Milwaukee, we used the word line. It was Line, line. Now it's lining or lining. Either way, his hairline is terrible for a platinum album, a breakthrough album. But you know what? It's rugged and the ladies love him. So this is the front of the album cover. He's got the beard and mustache all connected. That's women love facial hair. That's why your man has the beard right now. Even though I'm married, I mean, let's be honest. I am, but hey. All right, so let's go to the Teddy. That's the front out. That's the front of the album. Here's the back of the album. He's got a cowboy hat on for no reason, and I like that. I like the jacket. The jacket is timeless, all right? You can still rock that today. He's got a little gold around his neck. And the watch. Nice watch, Teddy. Okay, the shirt is the same shirt from the front of the album cover. You just can't really see it. So, Teddy Pendergrass, a Philadelphia native, is a country boy at heart. Again, this is the album that is the breakthrough. Close the door. We'll get to the track listing in a second. All right, the follow-up album, not counting the live album, which basically was, the album that was all of the songs he had did up to that point, but live. Teddy is a sleeker, smoother, more memorable album cover, and one of the reasons is not only because it's a great album cover. It's great art direction wise. I love the lady just on his shoulder. Freddie Gibbs from the 219 also used this concept on his tape that he came out called Freddie. Used the exact, found the exact suit, the pocket protector I don't wear suits, so I don't know what you call those. The reddish pocket thing there. It's and then the back cover, hands in pockets, laid back, still blinging with the gold, and just looking, lips parched, not parched, but pursed lips, meaning they're just kind of poking out. So the ladies would love that, right? I mean, look at this guy. Ladies love a guy in a suit with a beard. He's the man. And when I say that Teddy Pendergrass was the man, he wrote in his own biography that he was embarrassed by the attention that he got. So this guy's a baritone, manly. There hasn't been a singer like Teddy Pendergrass since Teddy Pendergrass. Now, I think when it comes to black male singers, men, I think that Marvin Gaye may have been previously and when I say that, I mean masculine guys, and we all know that Eddie Murphy went through this all in 1983. Luther Vandross was the 80s version of the incredible singer, but he wasn't the most masculine fella in the world that we know. Marvin Gaye, with his tenor, falsetto, whatever you want to call it. I mean, come on. This is the guy that gave us the live version of Distant Lover in 1974, and the crowd screams, and it sounds like it's the Motown Revue from the 60s. Bro, that still gives me goosebumps every time I hear that version of Distant Lover. So Marvin was the previous guy. And then after that, it was Teddy, and there has been nobody like that since. There has not been the manly, masculine, get on stage, and nobody in the audience but women. When I tell you that the women would throw, what he said in his book, that women would throw their panties, of course. Throw your panties on the stage, They threw teddy bears. They threw keys, house keys, wrapped in notes, like with their phone number. Can you imagine you're on stage and somebody throws their house keys from the 200 level? Bro, that's dangerous. Throw panties, throw teddy bears. Those things are soft. But keys, they could hurt. They could really hurt you. Don't do shit like that. But hey, the crowd of the Teddy Pendergrass, it was an all-ladies show, man. Black folks went to see New Edition over the weekend in Chicago and were pretty fucking excited about it. Everybody I know was talking. A lot of people were going to that show. But none of that is anything like Teddy Mania. And that started with Close the Door. So as we go through the tale of the cassette tape, we see that both albums are platinum. They both came out a year apart. Certified platinum and soul platinum are two different things. I think that Life is a Song Worth Singing definitely sold platinum and is definitely one of the best-selling albums in the history of Philadelphia International Records. Close the Door, the single. There's only 2 singles from this album, and you know most of the songs, right? Close the Door sold 2 million copies, which makes it a platinum single. The only other single from this album is Only You. All right, so when we look at the track listing, Life is a Song Worth Singing. It kicks off with that song. Teddy fans and fans of this album, shout out to Hugo H., who just posted this on his Facebook page. This album, he posted a picture of the promo white label. People that know this album know this song because, as I say on every fucking episode of this song or this show, we listen to entire albums. We put an album on and you let it play. It was just how you digested music in the 1970s. So I only don't know Cold Cold World because I forgot what it sounds like. And all these other songs have been played throughout the history since 1978. Only You, of course. You got what I need. That's only you. That's the song that Eddie Murphy parodies in his Delirious routine when he's talking about Teddy Pendergrass. Cold Cold World is a decent song. I went back and listened to the album, just for research's sake, and sure enough, there's always a down-tempo Steppers-esque song, and that's Cold Cold World. Get Up, Get Down, Get Funky, Get Loose is another house music classic. This album is house, and it is love. All right, so we flipped the album over, and it's a wrap. They did like the Isley Brothers on this album. They gave you the up-tempo joints on one side, and now it's time for sex on the B side. All right, Close the Door. That's like, it's 1978, and back then you could tell a woman, what, like, men took control, right? We took control, and women were like, ooh, swoon at that masculine, macho, manly shit, right? Now it's like, I don't even know what the fuck is going on in the world, bro. But back then, you could, come here, woman, close the door, turn off the lights, all of that shit. That was like commands, and it was like, ooh, talk to me like, I don't know. I think it still works to a certain extent, but I don't know. I'm just glad I'm married. All right. Then we go to really the song that sets off the B-side. Close the Door is the hit. It's the 2 million seller. It's the, that's the jam. But It Don't Hurt Now, in words. That is a cut. It's the B-side to the Only You single. So, it was available on a 45 if you didn't go buy the album, if you were being cheap. And it is in my memory when I listen to it, when I go back, that's one of the songs on the Teddy Pendergrass. Like, that's just a cut, bro. Like, I put that up there with the hits. And let's be honest, in the 1970s and early 80s, black radio played these songs. And finally, the album ends with the classic. Also, another song that was not a single. Surprisingly, When Somebody Loves You Back. Easily in the top 5 Teddy Pendergrass songs. Teddy Pendergrass solo songs. That song is a forever timeless, right? 70-30, 60-40, talking about a 50-50 love. Come on, man. Guys used to use that in their raps in the 70s. I remember being out somewhere in the hospital. Some dude was gaming on his girl, talking to his lady. Like, see, right now, we got that 60-40. It was 70-30. I'm trying to get to 50-50. Bro, I'm 11, and I'm like, this dude used Teddy Pendergrass. He's got the album, my man. All right, so we moved to 1979. Let's compare the album, all right? Teddy, the album, it's right now, it's just looking like the first two songs. Like, I do my research. I listen to the albums. I didn't listen to Teddy. I didn't listen to the Teddy album. Come on and Go With Me. That's a fucking classic, bro. Come on over to my place. Oh, we did it on STEM Research. That's one of the great STEM Research episodes. When I broke down Come On and Go With Me, you need to find that because it's so 79, bro. It's so 79. Come go with me to my house and we just met in the club? No black woman said no black woman ever. Black women rolling in packs now. Like, that woman was I think, and this is just, and then I'm going to say this, and then we're going to jump right into the STEM. From my experience, if you're out and you meet a woman and she's by herself, like that in a bar, there's a chance, there's no chance she'll go with you if she's with her girls, because black law will not allow that. You're not supposed to let your girls. You're not supposed to. People do it. I don't even know if this generation has those same laws and bylaws. But if you meet a woman and she's by herself and she's in a club, there's a good chance. I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm saying it's way better than if she's with from my experience. Talking to women and just feeling them out. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't take them out. Where am I going to take them? To breakfast. Go feed a broad. That's another, like, they'll never turn a meal down. Like, oh, a free meal from a nigga? Absolutely. Hell yeah, I'll eat. And never talk to you again. So come and go with me and turn off the lights on the Teddy album. So the obvious winner in the tale of the cassette tape on the Teddy Pendergrass's greatest albums lineup would definitely be Life is a Song Worth Singing, which is why, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing Life is a Song Worth Singing, the song. That is what we are presenting today with S.T.E.M Research. It is a song that, like so many PIR songs, hit the STEMosphere, and I was like, absolutely. Anything from not anything, almost anything, like anything PIR, and I'm still waiting for what's the song? Wait, let me go back to the tail. When Somebody Loves You Back. I'm still waiting. It's out there, bro. It's out there. And when I get my hands on it, it's going to be on the show. I do a lot of Philadelphia International because the stuff is freaking available. It is available. I use what is available. I talked to DJ High Speed over the weekend. Shout out to High Speed who reached out to me and was telling me about this samples and originals show that he's about to start doing on Twitch, and he was just calling to get my input and perspective, and I thought it was super dope. Basically what he's gonna do is something similar to S.T.E.M Research, except with songs and samples. So let's say, I don't know, you've got a Mary J. Blige song and it's got a sample in it. All right, so let's say that song is Be Happy. This isn't the example he used, but it's the example I'm using because I like this, because Be Happy is one of my favorite songs, and it's got a super dope sample. So he would play the original song that was sampled, which is, Good For Me by Curtis Mayfield, Chicago. And he would play the Mary J. Blige song, and then he would like loop up parts of it and remake the song. So it's a show that could be old school and it could be new school, because there's a song that came out in the last couple of years. I don't know the girl's name because I don't really keep up with the new artists, but somebody sampled Making Love in the Rain by Herb Albert and Herb Alpert. Oh, Herb Albert. He's Marv Albert's brother. Herb Alpert, Making Love in the Rain, produced by Jam and Lewis, and I think Janet Jackson sings on it, right? So that song was sampled in a newer song. So he could spotlight new music, and he's not limited. Like this show is limited because I can only play, and I'm only going to play S.T.E.M's actual multi-tracks. This is the original multi-track recorded in Sigma Studios. Somebody oh my God, why did somebody in the comments on Facebook say, what software do you use? I hope you mean what software am I using to play the S.T.E.Ms? And if that's what you meant, it is Logic Pro X or Logic Pro 10. I don't know if the X is for 10 or if it's just Logic Pro X. Let's call it Logic Pro. All right. And sometimes we say the X and sometimes we say 10, but most of the times we say Logic Pro. I'm on a MacBook that is highly infected, which is why stuff looks weird on your screen from time to time. So, Life is a Song Worth Singing from Teddy Pendergrass. All of the song was produced and arranged by Jack Faith, who is at this point in 1978 one of the few arrangers that hasn't jumped ship. Everybody has gone and left. Hell, even the Manhattans ended up going and producing the Manhattans, and he did LTD. So many of their main guys. Well, on this album, Tom Bell comes back and does a little work after he had moved to Seattle because his wife was sick, and the doctors were like, your wife will die if she continues to live in the city, so you got to move to the country. So he went from Philadelphia to Seattle, Washington. Bro, I would have been like, we're moving to the country of Pennsylvania. Let's find some wide open space. Like, bro, he moved, man. Nah, I'm just bullshitting. Like, I would do anything to save my wife's life, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But, bro, there has to be some wide open spaces in Pennsylvania. Like, he moved from Philly to Seattle. And I guess in the 70s, you know, Seattle was, you know, probably wide open or whatever. All right, but I'm getting off track. This was a #1 soul album. It was, as I said, certified platinum. It went number 11 on the Billboard Top LPs, which ain't bad for black as this album is. They did not put the players, the people who played instruments, on this album. So what we like to do on this show is give credit to, because this show is a thorough rundown of the DNA of the song. And since the DNA of the song is the body and the people who played the instruments, it is very important to get that information across, because we are also teaching as well. So because we do not know the who definitely played, except for a couple of names, and those names are listed in and we'll see as we go through the tracks. As a matter of fact, I can do that now as I'm scrolling. You can see here it says GTR ELI, which stands for Guitar Eli, which means that Bobby Eli of the MFSB fam definitely played this guitar, right? And if I go up one, it says GTR DH. So that means that Dennis Harris played guitar here. So guitar Dennis Harris, guitar Bobby Eli. Bass was probably James Williams or Sugar Bear Foreman. And we know these things because of who was still around playing on albums in Philadelphia in 1978 and who had left. So by this time, as I say often, Baker Harris Young were gone, so Ron Baker is not playing bass, and Earl Young is not playing drums. Drums are probably Keith Benson or Charles Collins. Congas are definitely Larry Washington because he didn't go anywhere. Don Ronaldo still on strings and horns. And background vocals handled by Barbara, Carla, and Yvette because they didn't go anywhere either. Our girls, the Sigma Sweethearts. So let's start out with the instrumentals. That's what we do on this show. We will start, if you're not familiar with Life is a Song Worth Singing, it is a Philly classic, a song that lives forever in the annals of not only Johnny Mathis, one of his album that was recorded in Philadelphia, and that's another little sticking point of this song, is that it was recorded twice by two different artists at Sigma Studios. One of those artists is Johnny Mathis, and guess who sang background on the original version? The same Sigma Sweethearts that sing background on the remake 5 years later. Incredible. Full circle, and more money in the pockets for the big three. Or the mighty three, I should call them. So let's dive into the track. Life is a Song Worth Singing. And, well, again, if you know the song, great. If you don't know the song, you'll get to hear the title track from Teddy Pendergrass's greatest album. Thank you to the S.T.E.M gods for blessing me with this one. It's another hit. It's another cut. It's another Philly International joint on S.T.E.M Research. On four. All right, this is take 4.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Count in. You know I love them. Not gonna start it over though. Not gonna start it over. Clavinet kicking. Clav is sticking out, meaning it's in your face. Rhythm guitar standing out as well. Come on, strings. Come on, strings. Nice. And it just ends, you know? Tape doesn't run out anything. It's just, they recorded just enough for the album version, which is cool. Because these songs, these Philly International songs tend to go on and on and on, man. But not Life is a Song Worth Singing. They cut 4 minutes of music. And what you heard is exactly how that song is and how it ends on the album. So there may or may not be some extra, well, there are some extra lyrics because, you know, Teddy Pendergrass has to have a track of him just, you know, shouting, and then another, let's do another take. Let's do another take, bro. But musically, it shines, right? The strings stick out, the clavinet sticks out. So what we do on the show now is we break down all of the instruments individually so we can see how this song came together. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks of drums. There are the left and right stereo drum track, the kick and snare, and the hi-hat. All right, so let's start playing the track. And as I said earlier, on four, this was take 4.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
See, I didn't have to play the count in twice because it's gonna play every time we start the track. All right, so Earl Young jumped ship, but according to his Facebook posts, and I've said a lot on STEM research, Earl Young has a Facebook fan page called Earl Young's Drum Groove, where people give him his flowers while he's still alive, because he's 81, he's still alive. But in the book House on Fire, it's a story about Philadelphia International and Tom Bell's contribution to music. So in that book, it basically says or states in interviews that they had with the artist we assume that once they left playing with Philly International and they jumped ship and they went to South Soul and became the South Soul Orchestra and did all those other things that they did, that they never came back and played on another Philly International song. And according to Earl Young on his Facebook page, that is not the case. Earl Young is like, oh yeah, I played drums on You'll Never Find. I'm like, oh, You'll Never Find came out after you quote unquote left. So sometimes what is written and what actually happened, or how we remember things, that's another thing. Because you can ask 3 different people about their memory about an event, which is actually something that I'm going to do on STEM research. We're going to do a special STEM research with a Kanye West interview. I'm going to ask a good friend of mine who was in the room when I did this interview what he remembers about it. So it's going to be interesting because maybe what I remember and how I remember it, there may be some similarities and there may be some things that he remembers that I don't remember at all. So, and everybody knows that happens because you're like, oh man, remember that time we went to such and such club and the girls were shooting you down? I was like, man, I was getting all the numbers that night. What are you talking about? All right, so on drums, we either have, that's where we started, right? That's what we were talking about. Keith Benson or Charles Collins on drums. Drummers were not listed in the credits on this album. None of the instrumentalists were, which is, I don't know, Philly International, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, you know? Mostly they do, or they'll just say music by MFSB. They got that bad. But by the late 70s, you could pick up a Philly International PIR record, and it would specifically name off, because everybody wanted their credit by then. You know? Everybody was tired of not getting credit, so it was like, you know what? Just put his name on the back of the album. So the drummer is giving us a nice straight ahead groove. And this album, to be clear, is a DJ favorite as well. It is a deep house disco classic album. It came out right in the heart of the disco era in 1978. And these songs, these tracks are classic disco. And this song, you know, even though disco would become a dirty word in a year or two, right? Life is a Song Worth Singing, a DJ favorite, a deep house, not so much on the level of a Only You or Get Up, Get Down, Get Funky, Get Loose from the same album side. But like I said, this song is a favorite. You know, I was talking to my guy DJ Blends, and he's like, Life is a Song Worth Singing is my favorite Teddy Pendergrass album. And Life is a Song Worth Singing, the song, is my favorite Teddy Pendergrass song. I was like, okay, DJ Blends. Like, I give love and credit to guys who say stuff like that, because that's such a DJ thing to do. You know, like, I like the beast. I like the song nobody likes. Or I like the song everybody likes, but that's my favorite of the songs. And that's super dope. That's what makes DJs DJs, right? All right, so let's punch up the bass. There's a lot of guitars, and we got congas. Hey, Larry Washington definitely on congas. Bass is clean. Almost sounds like it was overdubbed. Like no leakage from the other tracks at all. Great engineering job. All the instruments. Listen to the congas. They're clean. No bleeding whatsoever from the other tracks. And the reason why I'm stressing that, if you never listen to STEM research, if you listen to STEM research, then you know that all of these instruments are normally played together in one room. So you don't have a lot of just that instrument. You'll have, guitars. You can hear the guitars playing with the bass. That is not the case here. And it sounds very clean. Very clean. I love this bass though. Hey, hey. Bass provided by James Williams, or possibly Michael Sugar Bear Foreman, were two of the more popular bass players at Philadelphia International at the time. There's another bass player there as well, but I don't know their styles well enough to be able to say for sure. But I do know that that's Larry Washington. All right, let's cut the clavinet back out. Not too much change up in the music because it was originally written by Tom Bell, who was a very straightforward person when it came to writing music. He didn't leave a lot of room for improvisation. As a matter of fact, he didn't want improvisation. He wanted the studio musicians to play the music on the charts as he had written it. So he would give everybody their chart. He wrote them out and said, this is how you play this, exactly how you see it on the paper. So maybe the bass player is giving it a little life because this isn't the original Tom Bell session. This is, the remake. This is a Jack Faith production. Okay. All right. All right, let's dive into the guitars. There are 3 different guitars. No, actually 2. As I said earlier, there is Bobby Eli. And Dennis Harris, no relation to Norman Harris. That's clavinet. That's clavinet. That's the clav. Love this song. Love it. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's take the clav out. Let's let the guitars eat. Doing the same thing. A little chank. Nice phase pedal on Mr. Eli's guitar, of course. Bobby Eli, always Mr. Effects. Let's take the chank out. Bobby Eli's signature is he will always play with some sort of effect on his guitar. So now he's playing through a flange pedal. Nice. Let's pull the clav back in. Keyboards, more than likely courtesy of Dexter Wanzel, Victor Kostarfin, possibly Ron Have Mercy Kersey. So, who's most likely to be playing clavinet on this song? Probably not Dexter Wanzel. Dexter Wanzel is more of a Rhodes guy. I don't know. Again, this is all just guessing. And that's part of the fun of STEM research. Let's pull some drums in. Take the clav out. Just let Bobby Eli eat for a little while. Along with giving the drummer some. That 4 on the floor. Guitar. Come on, Bobby Eli. Yeah. Nice effects on the effects pedal. All right, let's punch the clavinet up again in Rhodes, and we have flute, piccolo. What other strings? We have horns and violins yet to go. So let's Let's do the roads.
Hold four.
Pull the horns in. It's officially superhero music. Can never have enough flute, piccolo on the song. Dexter Wansel on electric piano. Or Ron Have Mercy Kersey. Come on, French horns. Nice. Trumpets. S.T.E.M Research is the show. Mike Love, Teddy Pendergrass from the Platinum album, one of the biggest albums of 1978 for a black artist and one of the biggest selling albums in the history of Philadelphia International Records. Life is a song worth singing. The album title, the title cut. Let's take the roads out, just horns. Ronaldo's horn section, putting in work as usual. All right, we've got one more set of instruments before we get to the vocals, and that is the strings. All right, so we have 3 tracks of strings. We have Viola's violin and just an unnamed string track. So, you know, I love the strings, especially Philly International strings. They're so lush. They come out the gate, they're ready to go. They're like, let's go. I'm warming up. Warming up, coach. Let's go. and horns recorded at a separate time, so no count in for the string track. Overdubbed in the second 24. Slave tracks. Come on, strings. Cellos on that final track. Trombones. See if we get some drums in there with that. Come on. Let's go. The end. Dun 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 dun. I mean, well, I'm waiting for like the big finish. Dun dun dun. Nope. That's it. All right. Oh, we got one last thing to do. Oh, look at that. We did have something. Keep the tape rolling. They might keep playing. All right. Teddy Pendergrass. Lead vocal. TPLD 2. That means it's his second take. TP lead comp. That's a comp vocal is, you know, when you take all the best vocals and just compile. It's a compilation, if you will. It doesn't stand for compilation, but it's basically it's compiling all of the best takes. TP extra, of course, is just some little extra lyrics, and then we got background 1 and 2, and backgrounds, of course, will be handled by our girls, the Sigma Sweethearts. So let's get into these lead vocals. I listened to the tracks, and they are for the most part the same thing until they change somewhere down in the middle of the song. None of this was on the song. This was in the studio. It was just playing, I guess, you know. Teddy Pendergrass on flute and wind. All right, so let's move the cursor up because there's like, oh, by the way, like the original version of the song, like on this version, the vocals come in about the minute mark or so, you know, after this song starts at about 18. So it's like maybe 48 seconds of just music. Man, the original Johnny Mathis version of this song is like Papa Was a Rolling Stone, like 6 minutes of music, and then then the singing starts. Like, bro, what are you doing? Trying to Norman Whitfield me out of the studio? Let's go. All right, so let's dive into the great singing, the thing that makes this song great, which is the lyrics written by Linda Creed, who is partner to Tom Bell. Life is a song worth singing. Teddy Pendergrass.
Life is a song worth singing. Why don't you sing it? Life is a song worth singing. Why don't you sing it? You hold a key in the palm of your hand. Use it. Don't blame your life on a master plan. Change it. Only you generate the power to decide what to do with your life. You're a fool if you think you're helpless. You control what you do with your life.
All right, so how many times in the history of a song have you heard the background singers not just sing the hook, but sing the whole song? Well, these girls, as I said earlier, had practice. Talking about practice? Practice. Not the song, practice. They had practice singing this song because they sang it first with Johnny Mathis. They sang the backgrounds on his version and sang backgrounds on this version. So, of course, they know the song and they know that they sing the entire song. So, it gives it a different feel. It gives it more of a, how can I put it? It kind of makes the song stand out, like what they're singing about. Like, life is a song worth singing. So, sing it. Bro, you just said the hook. You didn't say nothing about what the song is about. I mean, life is a song worth celebrating. So celebrate your life as if it is a song. So let us listen to the Sigma Sweethearts, Barbara, Carla, and Yvette singing backgrounds or their verse of the song, and then we'll play Teddy Pendergrass singing it by himself.
Life is a song worth singing. Why don't you
Nice whisper.
sing it? Life is a song worth singing. Why don't you sing it? You hold the key in the palm of your hand.
Hey,
Use it.
come on, take it up.
Don't blame your life on a master plan. Change it. Only you generate the power to decide what to do with your life. You're a fool if you think you're helpless. You control what you do with your life.
Okay, so there's a low register in there. Let me see if it's playing one of the tracks, if you can get that.
Only you generate the power to decide what to do with your life. You're a fool if you think you're helpless.
No, they're just staring
You
at it.
control what you do with your life.
Okay. All right. So let's bring it back. And now let's take the Sigma Sweethearts out. And let's hear Teddy singing that by himself.
Life is a song worth singing. Why don't you
Why don't ya?
sing it? Life is a song worth singing. Why don't you sing it? You hold a key in the palm of your hand. Use it. Don't blame your life on a master plan.
Don't blame the white man.
Change it. Only you generate the power to decide what to do with your life. You're a fool if you think you're helpless. You control what you do with your life.
Teddy giving it a little bit of extra Teddy at the end there. All right, let's punch the sweethearts back up. Let's get
Life is a song we're singing.
the hook.
Why don't you
Sing it.
Life is a song we're singing. Why don't you sing it?
All right, now it's changing up.
Don't like the way you're
Way
living.
you're living. Too bad.
Can't change your life cause it's out of your hands.
So
sad.
sad.
So you sit on your pants and holler, cause the world ain't been treating you right. Don't you know you contain the power to control destiny with your mind?
All right, so the Sigma Sweethearts are giving you a pretty straightforward take, so we'll just take it back and listen to Teddy Pendergrass's flip, and we'll see if there's any difference in the two vocal takes.
Life is a song worth singing. Why don't you sing it? Life is a song worth singing. Why don't you sing it?
Come on, Teddy.
Don't like the way you're living. Too bad. Can't change your life cause it's out of your hands. So sad. So you sit on your pants and holler, cause the world ain't been treating you right.
Sit on your pants.
Don't you know you contain the power to control destiny with your mind?
That Linda Creed, she definitely had a way with flipping the words. Definitely had a way with words. All right, let's go back and see if the lead 2 is any different, if he sang that any differently.
Don't blame your life on a master plan. Change it. Only you generate the power to decide what to do with your life. You're a fool if you think you're helpless.
Okay, it's the same. All right, it's the same. So let's move forward, shall we? We're not going to listen to that again. All right, so let's punch up the background vocals again. Let's go to the second hook or third hook.
Life is a song we're singing. Why don't you
Why don't you?
sing it? Life is a song we're singing. Why don't you sing it? Don't like the way you're
Way
living.
you're living. Too bad.
Oh, we listen to this.
Can't change your life cause it's out of your hands.
So
sad.
sad.
So you sit on your pants and holler.
Okay, we listened to that already. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm going back to the wrong verse. All right.
Life is a song worth singing. Sing it.
Come on, sing it. Life
You
is a
control
song.
what you do with your life.
Come on, sing it. Life is a song.
You're a fool if you think
Come
you're
on, sing
helpless.
it. Life
Can't
is
change
a
your
song.
life cause it's out of your hands. So sad. No,
Come on,
no.
sing it. Life is a song.
You got the power. Use it.
Come
Use
on,
it.
sing
You got it.
Life
You
is a
control
song.
destiny with your mind. You're not helpless. Right here.
Come
Right here.
on, sing
Right here.
it. Life is a song.
You decide what to do
Come
with
on,
your life.
sing it.
Well. Life is a song worth singing.
All right, so Teddy went to church there. Teddy went to church. So anytime Teddy or any PIR artist goes to church, we have to find the roads, punch that up, punch their vocal up, let them go. Let them go for it.
Life is a song.
Take the backgrounds out and let Teddy preach over the keys.
You control what you do with your life. Hey, 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 hey. Well, you're a fool if you think you have less. Can't change your life cause it's out of your hands. So sad. No, no. You got the power. Use it, you got it. You control destiny with your mind. Right here, right here, right here. You decide what to do with your life. Well, life is a song worth singing.
All right, let's do the alternate take, or Teddy's lead part 2.
You control the power. What to do with your mind? Well, you're a fool if you think you have less. Now, you're mine. You're mine. You're mine.
Okay, Teddy.
Use it. Use it. Use it. Use it. Use it.
I like this track. This is the remix track.
Right here. Right here. Right here.
Nice.
You decide.
Okay, so we got to back this up and drop some more instruments. Get our remix on. Start the drums in.
You control the power. What to do with your mind? Well, you're a fool if you think you have less. Now, you're mine. You're mine. You're mine. Use it. Use it. Use it. Use it. Use it. Right here, right here, right here. You decide what to do with your life. Well.
All right, there's another track that is the TP Extra. Let's see what's going on with the TP Extra.
There's a song worth singing. Sing it. You control the power. What to do with your mind? Well, you're a fool if you think you have less. Now, you're mine. You're mine. You're mine. Use it. Use it. Use it. Use it. Use it. You're not helpless, no. No, no, no. Don't be nobody's fool. Don't be nobody's fool. a song worth singing.
Come on, Teddy Pendergrass, take it up. Take it up. Teddy Pendergrass from the Life is a Song Worth Singing album. The lead track, the title track, of course. Life is a Song Worth Singing. Originally, on my computer, man. Don't lose your computer, bro. Originally recorded by Johnny Mathis in 1973. The original song was released as a single, went to number 54 on the pop chart. Don't know if it charted on the black charts. I'm going to talk to my chart experts who can look up in their books and see if the song actually charted. But, yeah, Johnny Mathis, man, that's a pretty damn good song. And as I said earlier, the Mighty Three gets paid off of all of that. And also, you know, anything that Linda Creed wrote, you know, they got half of her publishing as well. So the game has always been shady. It's always been shady, even for writers and producers. That's why you had to diversify and do so many things, which somebody like Tom Bell was an arranger and a producer and a composer, and he didn't write lyrics, but he helped to bring all of those things together, and he had a stable of writers, including his nephew, Casey Bell, who was one half of Bell and James. If you look on the screen right now, you can see all of the socials. Your man, Mike Love, is on social media, all right? I am on from right to left, or left to right, right? Because they start out left and then go right. I am on Bandcamp, at Mike MFN Love. I am on Twitter. This show is live on Twitter every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm tired. 8, 9, and 6. All right? Remember those numbers. It is also live on my Twitch, and not for long. It's up there for a couple hours, and then it's gone. I mean, my IG, Instagram. It's on Facebook. We go live on Facebook. We go live on YouTube, and we go live on the home base of the Stimulators, and that would be, of course, Twitch. Shout out to the Twitch Stimulators. Shout out to the STEM fam on Facebook. Everybody that watches this show, and it's different people every time. So even if I'm shouting out people that don't even watch the show anymore. So shout out to them. Shout out to anybody that's ever been a part of the show. As we get ready to say our thank yous, gotta let you know, remind you that we will be back this Wednesday with a brand new episode. Well, actually, it won't be a brand new episode. It will be stems that I've already done, but I really want to do again, and that will be Heatwave's Boogie Nights. So Boogie Nights by Heatwave from the Too Hot to Handle LP. We will do a complete breakdown of the song, and we will, of course, do a tale of the tape of the Heatwave albums. Central Heating versus Too Hot to Handle. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about where we're taking STEM research. So tell your friends to tell your friends. Share the video on Facebook. Like, share, comment on all the socials. Shout out to Myoni Payton, who has been watching and sharing on Twitter. I appreciate that. Shout out, of course, Dragoon Knight 5515, who is always part of the STEM fam and the Stimulators and sharing on Twitter. Anybody that shares or talks about or comments, thank you. The thank you is on the screen for a reason, because I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. We've gone like most shows grow. Like our show is shrank. I got to get more like Kanye West. I said this show is better. What are you doing? Why are you not telling other people about this show? I should have been Kanyeing it from the jump instead of Mike loving it, right? Mike Love is like, if you watch, you watch, which basically is why my career was in the can, right? because it's like, it is what it is. But that's just the way, like, everybody is everybody, right? We're going to have a special Kanye show, a STEM research show. And no, we won't be breaking down Kanye's stems to any Kanye songs. I'm going to play an interview. I don't know when, probably next week. I have an interview that I did with Kanye West for a mixtape that I did in 2003. Actually, I take that back. The interview was recorded in 2003, and the mixtape came out in 2004, right around the time The College Dropout came out. As a matter of fact, the mixtape literally came out like a week before The College Dropout dropped. So, with that said, I found the interview, and I'm going to play the interview on STEM Research and comment on it like I would comment on because I was just going to put the interview, but the interview is only audio. And people hate audio only now. Like, damn it, Cootie was filming everything. Why? He's filming everything. He might even have some footage of this. I don't know. But because it is only audio and I don't have any video footage, I figured, and there's so many things that I want to comment on about the interview, that I was like, we'll just put it on STEM Research and we'll do a big thing. So, because obviously the Kanye documentary on Netflix, which I finally finished and am very, very impressed by. Incredible work by Cootie. Absolute. Not to take anything away from Chike. I think Chike is the technical guy. I think Cootie is like the director. At least I think the guy who films, and I don't know. I'll ask him again one day. That said, they did especially episode 3. That shit, I was moved by this shit, man. I was absolutely moved by that shit. So, and I'm moved often because I'm a Pisces. So I can't even say I'm never moved. So good job, Cootie, Chike, Kanye, and everybody involved in Genius, the Netflix joint. Watch that on Netflix, 3 parts. I finally got around to it. It's incredible. Like I said, that's not even, I'm in it for a split second, but my favorite episode is not the one that I'm in, but the third one, which comes up to almost current time. Is, mom dies and all of that shit. It's powerful. Thank you for being a part of STEM Research. Thank you for listening to a Madman rant for an hour and a half. We'll be back Wednesday, 8 o'clock Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific with Boogie Nights. Class is dismissed.